The Knicks postgame show is presented by Tri-State Audi. Visit your Tri-State area Audi dealer today. In overtime, 100 apiece. Here come the Knicks, once down by 20. Halfway through the third quarter, they forced OT, and then in the OT, OG Anunoby and one. He had 29. Jalen Brunson, a miss there. Cat with the tip in. Last chance for Boston, down 3. And Mikal Bridges, who is a defensive wizard down the stretch. And an improbable Game 1 win for the Knicks in Boston, 108-105 in overtime. We're here for the next hour to break it down for you from our Delta MSG studios. Bill Pito along with Alan Hahn and Wally Zerbiak. Down 20, 5:47 to go in the third quarter. Who had the Knicks winning this game? Raise your hand.
The Knicks didn't have themselves winning this game, but they believed and they stuck with it. And what you have to take, they took 63 pointers while they only made 15. We talked about that 3-point differential. And this is a Celtics team that will shoot themselves sometimes out of a game. And it feels like in the second half, that's what they did. And the Knicks took advantage of it. And they stole Game 1. And boy, do we have a series all of a sudden.
We do. You live by the 3, you die by the 3. This Celtics team did not play well. Knicks played terribly in the first half to give them a 20-point lead. And when the Knicks finally played the way they're capable of playing, started playing like a team, started moving the ball and knocking down the shots they were capable of knocking down, the Celtics, they got tight in that fourth quarter. They got tight at the end of the game. They let the Knicks back in. When you play that style of play, you chuck up those threes from 5 feet behind the three-point line, you better be getting offensive rebounds because those are terrible shots. They are not good looks at the basket. The Knicks defense was perfect. Tom Thibodeau had this team ready to go. And when they finally felt like, hey, we can hang with this team, boom, did they knock this team out in Game 1. That's a big victory for the Knicks.
The adjustments they made definitely at the half, but 10 turnovers the Celtics had in the second half of this game. The Knicks scored 17 points off turnovers. That was a big part of it as well. Anunoby's defense, Bridges' defense. The formula that you talked about of how can the Knicks steal games, how can the Knicks win this series, that's what we saw in the second half. Get it close, let Jalen Brunson make big shots. He did. Make him make a big play. He did. OG hits a big 3. You survived to get into overtime, although Brunson could have ended that in regulation.
Yeah, he got a great look.
But the formula of how to beat the Celtics was on display in the second half of this game, and the Knicks were able to do it.
I got to tell you, though, you go 15 of 60 from 3.
Is
that defense or brutal shooting? The Celtics, in fact, tied the NBA record for most regulation threes taken in a playoff game with 58. They took 58 threes in regulation. That ties the most ever. So back to you. Bad shooting or good defense?
Well, it's a combination of both. I thought in the playoffs the Celtics weren't going to make 21 threes the way they did against the Knicks and shoot 44% during the regular season. It's different, just a different tension and tightness when you're in the playoffs. And in that fourth quarter, I'll tell you, Jalen Brunson was outstanding. And when he started to miss a couple shots, that's when his teammates really kicked in and made big plays. This team is so connected.
Watch Anunoby here.
Now, Anunoby, outstanding play. He has never really had big moments like this in the playoffs, but boy, has he been stepping up and ready for that moment. That guy has. Two-time champion Drew Holiday knocks down the big shot. Anunoby almost falls off balance. And there's Jalen Brunson knocking down those threes, gives the Knicks a 6-point lead in the fourth quarter. Huge 6-point lead. Continues to knock down those mid-range shots, but he started to miss a little bit. This is the one that gave him that 6-point lead at 97-91, and then he started to miss. And here come the Celtics.
Boy, this team. That's a layup, and they're going to kick it out for 3. Derek White does hit it, but Polly, they gave up layups for 3s in this game.
Yeah, and Derek White's the one guy when he gets his feet set, he was really good tonight. But then Jalen Brunson did a good job of trusting his teammates. And boy, OG Anunoby, he is ready to play in this series. He is elevating his game big time. Nice little play there. I thought Karl Anthony Towns just a step slow on that rotation. Good defense by Mitchell Robinson. Got to get these rebounds, and they do. So now here we go, final possession.
Look.
What a play by Karl Anthony Towns. What a pass off the inbounds. Great diagram, and you're thinking, oh, can't get it in regulation. What about overtime?
More defense. Look at this, like right there, disruption, get the steal. And now Josh Hart on the break, and you're going to find OG Anunoby. Everybody's looking for Brunson. Anunoby cutting to the basket, the dunk, and one. And the Knicks get up 103-100. And then how about this kick out? And there's Wingstop working together, a corner three. 106-100, you're feeling good about things, but you know this Celtic team finds a way to get open threes. That's off an offensive rebound.
Brown's
1
only
for 10.
Only three he made all night.
He was 0 for 9 before that, and now here, this is all you need, some defense, and you take away any opportunity for them to steal that game, punctuated by defense, which I thought was fitting in that second half of what the Knicks were able to do to this Celtic team.
Look at the three-point shooting. It's worth drilling down on this again. Brown, 3-point shooting, 1 out of 10. Tatum, 4 out of 15 from 3. Derek White, 5 of 16 from 3. Look, we've talked about the Celtics. They took more threes, made more threes than any team in NBA history in the regular season. The question is, can you win in the playoffs playing like this?
They won a championship last year doing this.
I understand that, but that was...
It's what
you got to get quality looks. That's the key. And this team, the Celtics, they thought they were going to just prance through this game and prance through this series and just coast like they did against the Knicks in the regular season. The Knicks showed this is a totally different ball game. This is a totally different team than the Celtics played in the regular season. This Knicks team took some time to come together. I thought they were built for the playoffs and built for these moments. They have guys that are not afraid of the moment, and they have the most clutch player, not in this series, in the whole league.
Yeah.
And when you have that, that puts a lot of pressure on your opponent. And you saw that pressure build on the Celtics, and they missed a lot of makeable shots because they knew Jalen Brunson was lurking and that Jalen Brunson could win this game single-handedly.
They struggled with the free throw shooting in the first half, 9 of 12 in the second half, and into overtime. That was a weakness. The turnovers were a weakness. They cleaned a lot of things up.
And another thing, the offensive
quarter.
rebounds that Boston gets, if they're going to crash the glass like that, when you get rebounds, run that ball right down their throat. Run it right back at them. Fast break points, threes on the break. You got to make teams pay when they crash the offensive glass for shooting all these threes and getting all these long rebounds. When you get the long rebounds, go right back at them, get easy baskets in transition. That will put the Celtics on their heels.
OG Anunoby in the third quarter helped turn this game around also.
Yes.
When it was 20 points and things really looked like it was slipping away and the Knicks offense was struggling, Anunoby got things going. They had a 20-6 run and really got themselves back into the game. All that you needed was that belief. Somebody had to get hot. Somebody had to make a difference. And so this was a little of everybody having an impact on this game, and that's the way you're going to beat the defending champs.
You touched on the Knicks free throw shooting, only 17 of 31.
Yeah.
Hackam Mitch was
Most of it
effective,
first
but only
half.
3 out of 10.
Yeah.
And no Porzingis in the lineup for the Celtics.
Huge.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Because it's a huge drop-off.
He got
It's
sick.
Al Horford making those switches onto Jalen Brunson. And when you don't have Porzingis out there to knock down those threes at the end of the games, he is not scared. He made big shots against the Knicks all the time in crunch time. Not having him in the game was huge for the Celtics.
Celtics say KP, a non-COVID illness, did not play at all in the second half.